The Second World War is a watershed in technology. It's a forcing house for a whole range of new sciences, from pharmacology, penicillin for example, through electronics deployed in radar and communications and sonar, and into high-speed flight, jet engines and so on.
GI routine from typhoid and tetanus shots through military courtesy right down to...
2,000 electronic tubes, several thousand relays, 150 motors, and about 200 miles of wire are contained in this intricate apparatus. The analyzer worked for 3 years on important war projects, including range tables for our Navy's mighty guns, a mechanical marvel that aided victory.
Probably the most important breakthrough was, from the perspective of now, was the great uplift to computing and to electronics. This partly came through radar, which was a huge driver, but also computers themselves were just emerging during the war.
Not only the clerical or stenographic sort of duties she might have had in civilian life, but also she's been given new kinds of jobs requiring newly acquired skills. As a dispatcher for the Air Corps, a motor pool mechanic, a radio operator, efficiently handling the new and complicated GI equipment.
These lassies are learning their industrial ABCs in special government-conducted schools. And when graduated, they'll take their place in our expanding defense plants. And they seem to catch on very fast, too. This school on Long Island prepares the girls for a variety of tasks, once the male domain. Now it's got that feminine touch you've heard about. Yes, sir, these gals believe in preparedness, all right.
The war did a huge job of education, because every radar set, every piece of communications equipment had to be serviced and looked after. So all the services, all the armed services, RAF, Army, Navy, had concentrated education programs for taking people from civilian life and turning them into radar technicians, radio technicians and so on. The wide adoption of things like TVs, washing machines, fridges, which had been a rarity before the war, really came about because there was a suite, there was a cadre of people newly trained in electronics who could both work in the factories, work in design departments, and work in the service shops that would install and tune this equipment when it was put into the home.
Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that it is the largest passenger-carrying aeroplane produced in this country. We hope you will be able to fly it sometime, and I am certain that you will enjoy the flight. I thank you.
International air travel must be the biggest technical and social change that we've seen since the war. Before the war, certainly in a country like Britain, travel was restricted to comparatively wealthy people, to government servants, diplomats, business people and so on. Now, really almost anyone can travel either locally to a nearby country or right around the world, and that's quite commonplace. And this has become affordable really due to the perfection of the jet engine and high-speed aircraft, kicked off by Second World War research.
The mightiest, most destructive bombs yet produced, such as England's terrifying Grand Slam, weighing 11 tons, are puny midgets compared with the new atomic wonder.
Atomic energy arose because some scientists became aware, as the war was beginning, of the possibility of making an atomic bomb.
First in a test in the United States New Mexico desert, then 5,000 miles away at Hiroshima, and then again at Nagasaki, came the world-shaking explosions of the atomic bomb.